Jose Youngs here with MMAfighting.com, speaking with Irene Aldana at the UFC 245 Media Day ahead of her fight against Ketlen Vieira on Saturday in Las Vegas. Now, Ketlen Vieira hasn't fought in almost 2 years. Is there anything you can really take away from her last fight against Kat Zingano those years ago?
Yes, of course, we study all her fights, especially her last 2 fights. And we don't have recent material about her because of her injury, her time off. We saw a little of her training, but not that much. But I think that her strengths are the same. Maybe she has improved something in her striking, in her ground game. But I think her strengths are judo and her cage control, her jiu-jitsu control. So we're prepared for that, and I know she's a warrior, she's a strong fighter, so this is gonna be a good fight.
And after your last fight in Mexico City, you called for a top contender, if not for the title shot. Is this the type of fight you were hoping for when the matchmakers came to you?
Well, actually, I was hoping a top 5, but not that high. I didn't expect the number 2 of the division. She was supposed to fight Juliana Peña, and that fight, Juliana was out of that fight, and they called me, so we decided to accept it. It was a great opportunity. Why to say no? I have nothing to lose. So yeah, it was a surprise for me, but I'm glad that it came up.
Looking at the rest of the division, Amanda Nunes has either fought or beaten everyone else. So is it safe to say the winner of this should be next in line for a shot at the bantamweight title?
Well, I think so. Maybe it's obvious because she's number 2. If Amanda is fighting the number 1, so I think the winner fights the winner of those 2, and the loser fights the loser of those 2. Maybe, I think. No, I don't know how UFC is going to mix it up, but yeah, maybe it's gonna happen. I don't want to rush. I just want to focus on this fight, and then we'll see.
Do you think Amanda would be a champion worthy enough for an immediate rematch if she does lose to Germaine on Saturday?
Well, I think so, yeah. She maybe deserves that. I don't know. Maybe it depends on how the fight goes. If Germaine is really convincing about that fight, if she makes a knockout, a good statement in that fight, I don't think why she needs a rematch. But if the fight is close, maybe she deserves that rematch. But I don't know.
And then this question isn't about the fight on Saturday, but here in America, a lot has been made of female and male sports maybe not being equal in terms of pay, in terms of the spotlight. But a lot of MMA fans point to the UFC that male and female fighters are on the same level. Do you agree with that assessment where when you compare it to your male counterparts, the male fighters aren't getting more attention, they're not getting more pay, you're equal, correct?
Yeah, that's right. I think we are really equal, and the UFC are really clear with this, and they pay you what you are doing with your work. If you work hard, if you are showing that you really want to fight, if you are taking fights, if you're doing your best inside the cage as an athlete, they pay you what it's worth. You know, if you don't take fights and if you want to rest like a lot, if you take a lot of time off, well, you're not gonna be paid like that much, no. But I know it's men and women are equally paid in here, and that's awesome. Yeah.
And then one final question for myself. Your English is pretty fantastic for someone born in Mexico. How important was it to learn English before joining the UFC?
Well, was really important. My dad always gave me the best education that he can, and I'm really grateful for that. And I always tried in the beginning when I was in Invicta, I got so nervous with the interviews, and I was a mess with the interviews. I started to practicing again, so it could flow better. I know I'm not perfect in my English, but I'm trying my best. And I try with songs, I try with video games, I chat with my coach sometimes in the gym, and well, yeah, it's important. You know, it's a sport that is seen in the whole world. You need to speak the language, the universal language.
Well, did you take formal classes? Because my mother learned English from Spanish watching television when she moved to America. Yeah.
Yeah. I took only the classes that comes with school lessons, not especially for for my athlete career. I start to practice it again with music, with movies, with video games. Just that. I didn't went to special classes.
Well, thank you so much and good luck on Saturday. Appreciate you.